on? Okay. Hey, we're here in West Plains, Missouri, and we're going to be canning for the first time. Canning tomatoes for the sauce, for la salsa, okay? And we're all set up here at Malachi and Gracie's home alongside the lake and on their big deck. And here we got a squeezo machine here that we never had when my mom and dad started doing it in 1936 in St. Louis, Missouri, South St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. Back then, instead of using a machine, they had one big sieve. Okay. But like that. That was our job. Once they cut up the tomatoes in quarters and halves, they poured it into the sieves, and it was our job to squeeze. Okay, ashakari, they said, to squeeze, to crack open, so that we could get the juice and the puree flowing through the sieve, and then they would before that, I should say, the tomatoes were washed. Okay, they were washed and rinsed, and then put into a pot to cook for 20 minutes. Okay, and then when it cooled down a little bit, they would pour it into the sieve, and then we would start squeezing to get the juice, which is the sugo, and the puree, which they called the puria, and then we were ready to pour them into the quart jars for canning. Then they would put a couple leaves of basilico, basil for flavor, and then put the lids on and tighten them up, and then loosen them a couple of turns, so that it relieves the pressure when they're cooking. You got to boil them for 45 minutes in the canning pot, okay? And with those lids, whether they're mason jars or Kerr lids, they flex, okay? And as they cook, it relieves the pressure and it pulls a vacuum, because when you fill these jars, you fill them up within a half inch from the top for expansion, okay? And then you've got to pull that air out during the canning process to create a vacuum, which pulls the lid down tight to give you the proper seal, okay? And that's about the extent of it. Once it's boiled for 45 minutes, take them out of the canning pot and check the lids. You want to tighten them again and then back off again a turn, and then we turn them upside down and set them on a table and perhaps let them rest for a week, let them cool, and then when you turn them up, those lids should stay down. You press on them, and if they pop up, that means that we did not get the seal, the proper seal. So you've lost that jar unless you take that sauce. Really, it's not sauce yet. It's not sauce until you cook it on the stove and with your herbs and so forth. But you can still use that sauce after 1 week, and otherwise it will spoil and you'll have to throw it away. So in all the years that we've done this, I don't recall ever losing a jar. We've never lost a seal if it's done properly. Okay?
Wow.
Any questions?
Are we ready?
We're ready to go here.